What could possibly be holding you back from reaching your full potential? Could it be one or more of these 7 destructive habits? Our journey begins by exploring the ancient wisdom of Stoic philosophy, a practical guide for navigating the challenges of life. Stoics believed that by understanding and overcoming certain habits, we can unlock the door to our true potential. Each of these habits presents a unique challenge, but also a unique opportunity. By understanding and overcoming them, we can start to break the chains that hold us back. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into each habit one by one. First on our list is overthinking. Is your mind a whirlwind of thoughts that never seem to settle? Overthinking is a habit where your mind gets caught up in a storm of thoughts, making it harder to make decisions, take action, or just be at peace. It's like a hamster wheel that keeps spinning but gets you nowhere. This constant mental noise weakens your decision-making process. It clouds your judgment, makes you second-guess yourself, and ultimately leaves you paralyzed with indecision. But don't fret. There are ways to overcome it. Start by acknowledging that you're overthinking. Practice mindfulness, learn to let go of things you can't control, and focus on actionable steps you can take. Remember, thoughts are just thoughts. They don't define you. By learning how to control your thoughts, you can become a more decisive and therefore stronger person. Mastering your mind is the first step to becoming stronger. Next up is a habit that many of us are guilty of, playing the blame game. It's an all too common scene, isn't it? Things go awry, and instead of looking inward, we cast blame outward. It's the weather, it's our boss, it's our cat that woke us up too early, you name it. But did you know that this habit actually weakens us? When we blame others for our misfortunes, we surrender our power. We give up control over our own lives. Now, it might seem hard to break out of this habit, but it's not impossible. Start small. When something goes wrong, pause. Take a breath and ask yourself, what part did I play in this? It's not about self-blame, but rather about self-awareness. By acknowledging our own role in our situations, we regain control. We empower ourselves to change. Remember, the power to change your life lies in your hands. Are you held back by the fear of failure? This dread is a common adversary, silently lurking in the shadows, ready to pounce when we're on the brink of taking a leap of faith. It's an invisible chain that shackles us, preventing us from exploring uncharted territories and stifling our growth. But what if I told you that failure isn't something to fear? In fact, it's an integral part of the journey to success. It's the universe's way of telling you that there's a lesson to be learned, a skill to be honed, or a strategy to be tweaked. So, how do we overcome this fear? It's simple. Embrace it. See failure not as a setback, but as an opportunity. Cultivate resilience and tenacity. Learn from your mistakes, adjust your sails, and keep moving forward. Remember, every setback is a setup for a comeback. Failure isn't the end, but a stepping stone to success. Is later your favorite word? Then you might be a procrastinator. Procrastination, ladies and gentlemen, is not just about delaying tasks. It's about voluntarily delaying despite knowing that there might be negative consequences. It's a battle against the self, where you are both the soldier and the enemy. This habit slowly but surely chips away at your most precious resource, time. It's like a thief, stealthy and cunning, stealing moments right under your nose. You might think, I'll do it tomorrow, but remember, tomorrow is never promised. Now, how can we combat this thief? First, recognize that procrastination is a habit, not a personality trait. It can be changed. Second, break your tasks into smaller, manageable parts. A mountain seems daunting, but when you focus on one stone at a time, it becomes conquerable. Lastly, remind yourself of the satisfaction and peace that comes with completing a task. Time is the most valuable asset. Don't let it slip away. Do you find yourself constantly seeking approval from others? This is a common habit that many of us fall into. Seeking validation is a trap that stunts our growth and weakens our self-esteem. It's like a mirage that deceives us into thinking that our worth is determined by others' opinions. This habit stems from our innate desire to belong, to fit in. But when we base our self-worth on external validation, we become dependent on others for our happiness and satisfaction. It's like handing the reins of our life to someone else. So, how can we overcome this dependency? It starts with cultivating self-love and acceptance. Appreciate your unique qualities, celebrate your accomplishments, and embrace your flaws. Remember, everyone has their own journey and pace in life. Developing a strong sense of self-worth will help you break free from the chains of external validation. And remember, your worth is not determined by others' opinions. Are you a prisoner of your past? Let's delve into the habit of living in the past, a trap that tethers us to bygone days. We often find ourselves lost in memories, reliving previous experiences and dwelling on old regrets or triumphs. This habit, however, robs us of the joy of the present, blinding us to the beauty and opportunities that surround us in the here and now. The past, laden with its experiences, is a teacher, not a jailer. It's crucial to learn from it, but detrimental to live in it. So how do you break free? Start by acknowledging that the past can't be changed. Allow yourself to forgive and let go of past mistakes. Embrace the present, savor its richness, and focus on making the most of it. Remember, the past is a place of reference, not residence. Live in the present, for it is the only moment that truly exists. Last but not least, the lack of self-discipline. Often underestimated, self-discipline is a cornerstone of strength and resilience. Without it, we become susceptible to the whims of our fleeting desires and short-term pleasures, leaving our long-term goals and ambitions in the dust. This lack of self-discipline weakens our ability to stay the course, to remain steadfast in the pursuit of our goals. Imagine self-discipline as the rudder of a ship. Without it, the ship would be at the mercy of the wind and waves, directionless and aimless. Building self-discipline isn't about denying oneself of all pleasures. It's about setting priorities straight. It's about making conscious decisions rather than being swayed by momentary impulses. Start small, set achievable goals. Celebrate your victories, no matter how small they might seem. And remember, each time you choose long-term gratification over a short-term gain, you're strengthening your self-discipline muscle. Self-discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. So there you have it, the 7 habits that makes you weak. Overthinking, which can lead to analysis paralysis, preventing you from taking the necessary action. Playing the blame game, a habit that can prevent you from taking responsibility and learning from your mistakes. The fear of failure, which can hold you back from taking risks and achieving success. Procrastination, the thief of time that allows your goals to slip away. Seeking validation, which can make you dependent on others for your self-worth. Living in the past, a habit that can prevent you from moving forward and making the most of the present. And the lack of self-discipline, which can hinder your progress towards your goals. But remember, change is possible. With conscious effort, you can overcome these habits, transforming them into strengths. It's not an overnight process, but a journey of self-improvement. Remember, the strength lies within you. It's time to conquer these habits and unleash your full potential.